So you know how the media has been hailing Mohammed bin Salman of Saudi Arabia as a reformer? Well, guess what? Detained Saudi women's rights activists could face death penalty. Charges of treason and conspiracy against the state could lead to capital punishment, legal experts warn. 7 detained Saudi women's rights activists who campaigned for the ban on women's driving to be lifted may face the death penalty, newspaper Okaz reported on Sunday. According to Saudi lawyers and judges, the prominent women's rights activists who were arrested last week and branded as traitors by government-aligned media outlets may be sentenced to death should investigations result in the charge of treason and conspiracy against the state. A Saudi activist who did not wish to be named due to fears for their own safety told Middle East Eye, "What we are seeing is that there is no tolerance of any kind for any type of activist activity. It is meant to send a clear message to the people that no one is supposed to speak on public affairs. Nobody is supposed to be part of any engagement in society other than the state." So, you might be thinking, well, hold on now. Didn't they just allow women to drive? They did. So why would they sentence to death women's rights activists who were pushing to get women to be able to drive? Well, the answer is they don't want anybody to threaten their power. They don't want anybody to threaten their authority. So even if they agree with the people on the issue who are pushing for that issue, the fact that they're pushing for anything is a no-no in a totally authoritarian, theocratic society. And that's what this is. It sends a message. Okay, we're going to reform, but we're going to reform at our pace, when we want, how we want. So if you aren't down with that, too bad. We'll just sentence you to death if you try to protest and push the government in the right direction. And these are the heroes of all heroes here, because the courage it takes to stand up in a society where you are risking your life and you could be killed just for speaking up on basic human rights issues. The fact that they did that, they're way braver than I am, man. Way braver than me. I don't think I'd be able to do that. In a society where I might face death for speaking out, I don't think I'd be able to speak out. I'd be too scared. I don't want to die. I want to live. So, and these are, real feminist heroes. That's what they are. They were fighting a theocratic authoritarian government, fighting to be able to just drive, to have basic rights, and that's why I always find it hilarious when some people act like there's no room for feminism that makes sense. Are you fucking kidding me? Feminism makes sense in the context of every society where women are not equal. If they're officially under law and not treated as equal, god damn it, you need a whole heap and dose of feminism now, don't you? Until everything's equal, and then we go back to a version of egalitarianism. So they're making up for a discrepancy here, and that's what they're fighting for. But they're maybe being sentenced to death over fighting for basic rights. Man, let them go. Let them go. And this shows you the kind of power player and authoritarian goon bin Salman is, Mohammed bin Salman. Because if you let women drive and you're going to sentence these people to death, that really shows you're just this is sheer Machiavellian bullshit politics is what this is. And all the people, and Adam Johnson in FAIR had a great piece about this. 60 Minutes and the New York Times and a bunch of others praised Mohammed bin Salman as a reformer. Saudi Arabia's Arab Spring at last is here. What a great reformer. They've said bupkis on maybe 7 women's rights activists being sentenced to death. So that shows you they're working backwards from their conclusion, which is that U.S. allies are awesome and we're going to do fluff jobs for them. That's not news. That's fucking propaganda. So the establishment media is lying to you and not telling you the truth. You come right here to get the truth.